in another board meeting, and I'll join. You can just join anyone. For me, it's only 5 minutes from control, so I'll just.
Tell us.
I'll
show us some photos
Yeah,
from
exactly.
our.
Yeah, of course. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you for being here. It's the part of the management and marketing members of our committee, and we are very happy to have you here because one of the big focus of being here is trying to know a little bit more about teaching of librarianship here in Peru, because as I told you before, we have a wide experience about other countries. So one of my personal focus is that is how to from Peru others can show us and how we can learn from other experiences talking about teaching of management and marketing. And this is because one of the main things that we have discovered these days is that yesterday, a part of the section, we had the deliberation of the marketing award. And this year we got more than 100 submissions trying to get the award marketing in libraries. Almost 50% of the submissions were from China, only 3 from Peru, and it's the common thing in the last polls of the world. So Latin America should be more capable to doing some things in library regarding marketing, but I'm not sure we do from our libraries. Something happened that it doesn't fit our work. So maybe the key is back to the classrooms in the university, what's happening in terms of management marketing. So I don't know if you want to start.
Yeah. I'm the chair of this section, management and marketing. I just started this year. This is our previous chair, one of the she's here as well. IFLA has I would say about 40 sections. Is that yes? Something like that. Yeah, on all kinds of different topics. You have a news media section, you have a political library section, government libraries, all kinds of libraries. And we're the management and marketing focus section. Like Roxana said, we just had every year we give out the IFLA Press Reader Marketing Award to the best international library marketing campaign. And last year we had a Latin American winner from Colombia, so that's amazing. We want to see much more from Latin American libraries. This year again, little secret, we again have a top 10 finalist from a Latin American country, so we're doing okay. But like Roxana said, it's no comparison to the Asian submissions. They're far ahead. So we still have some catching up to do in the other parts of the world. And we would love to see more from Peruvian and Colombian and Ecuadorian, all kinds of Latin American libraries to see what they're doing, because we're always very impressed. As little campaigns as we get, they're always impressive what we do get to see. So it would be great to see more. Should we do a quick introduction round as well so people know why it's here? Or,
okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Maybe start with Christy.
Christine Kuntz, and I am an adjunct faculty now at Florida State University in Tallahassee, Florida, USA. And I also teach at San Jose State University online in California. And at both universities, my expertise has been marketing, and also I have taught management. It's more difficult, I find, but I always teach what you're asked to, right? So I am very pleased to meet you. I have great understanding and respect for deans, faculty members, and what they do to keep the ship going of teaching graduate courses and all the politics and constraints. Thank you very much. I've been on the committee too for over 25 years, not now, but just as a consultant. So I've seen a lot.
I'm from Estonia. For 10 years, I worked as a marketing manager of Paris Central Library, Católica Library. And now, last 2 years, I am director of this library. I haven't studied at the University of Librarianship. I studied stewardship, so I am the have a master's degree on service design and
Hi, my name is Anne, and I'm from Estonia also. I am here as observer. It's a committee member. I work with the National Library. For many years, this is the Estonian Librarians Association. Now we are both vice presidents of the association, and I have a master's degree in information sciences.
Good afternoon, I'm Katrijne Kuiters. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm a strategic advisor on marketing on the National Library of the Netherlands. And I've been working in commercial jobs before, and this is my first library job. I hold a master's degree in international business and innovation marketing. And I'm very pleased to be here and to learn from you guys. And what I've seen so far is amazing. Very nice to meet you guys.
Hello, I'm Harriet Darsell. I'm Director of Marketing at the British Library. So my history is very much in marketing and marketing within the commercial sector. So I've got quite a strong background in arts and heritage within the UK. And I have done an MA in cultural marketing, but it's interesting in cultural tourism. So it's interesting bringing that to the library sector. I think there's lots of similarities, but also lots of differences. So it's really interesting to hear how librarianship is taught and also how marketing is taught within libraries, because certainly what I see in the UK, there's so much opportunity for libraries to use the skill set and the tactics in marketing to broaden their reach. And actually it feels fairly underdeveloped in the UK, the mix of the two professions. So it's interesting to see how it's taught and really looking forward to hearing how this discussion goes.
Again, my name is Nick Boxam. I work for the government of the Netherlands, so I'm almost a bit of a colleague of Catalinus, but not entirely. I work in information management and information services, and in addition to that, I'm also foundation chairman at Allard Pierson. That's a brand name. It's a famous Dutch professor, and that's the special collections division of the Amsterdam University Library. So I help them get funding for beautiful historical books and stuff like that. My background is actually in both management and marketing, so I can think a bit about both sides, and I love this.
Hello and welcome to our event, to our call it our midterm meeting. So it's so nice to have you. My name is Jeannie Bale, and I'm the Secretary of Management and Marketing. And my background is in corporate libraries, but I currently work for the past 15 years. I transitioned from corporate libraries to academic libraries. And so I work with our faculty of management. And of course, marketing very much is part of business and part of management. And so I do see the two as very sort of intertwined. But my interest is, a frequent going to library school in North America. One of the common issues that arises is that, and this is an issue for management, for library management, is that maybe librarians aren't learning management skills in library school. So thinking about how to develop management and again, marketing, the two being intertwined, develop these skills in library school curriculum and programs. So I'm really interested to hear your thoughts and hear how librarians are being trained and the curriculum within the amazing country of Peru.
Yeah, so hi, I am Anja Feldhötter from Sweden. I am a librarian as a profession, and I worked 17 years in public libraries, 12 as a library director. And as a library director, we had a lot of, not a lot, but we had some communications with the library education in Sweden because there is a lack of trained librarians. but also as a public library director, I saw that it was really hard to recruit the right librarians because the education, at least in Sweden, attracts the people who like books. And of course, we should like books, but librarianship is so much about liking people, right? So that could be a conflict when the librarians in Sweden come to the workplace. They are like, oh, I want to work with books, but now I have to work with people. And also, as we see in Sweden, it's really hard to get, as in public libraries, you meet everyone in the public, but it's hard to get the diversity into the librarians. It's mainly women who study librarianships in Sweden. And also it's women with, what would you say, a privileged background. We have a lot of immigrants in Sweden, but that is not reflected in the people who study librarianship. So that is a conflict. Since three weeks, I have a new position as head of department at the University Library. And it's very, very interesting to see that the needs for librarian skills are different on university libraries and from public libraries. So I would love to hear more if you see the same differences in Peru or what the needs are. And yeah, I have so many questions, but I will save them.
Okay, I will speak in English. Some of my colleagues. My name is Roxana Guaman. I study in San Marcos University. As a Peruvian librarian, I finished the university almost 20 years ago, so it's a long time. But from that time to this point, I feel that I needed to learn another skills because the university for the time wasn't enough. So I think that right now the librarians need to be more than books, more than cataloging, and of course more managing and marketing too. But here, as our country doesn't have a culture of libraries, it could be very difficult because it depends on the institution of the library, and if it's a public one of the public sector, or it's a private one, or it's a private one from a private university or a public university. There's a variety, and I think that it will be the best for all of us to discover what we should do in order to be more capable to management, not only teams, because management a team, your library team could also be difficult because of the soft skills we need, and it's something that not only not in many cases university teachers will learn in the way. But for example, managing budget or how to carry on projects in library could be difficult, but it's part of the management too. So I would like to know about what are you doing in the university in the 21st century, because I'm old in terms of how when I finished. Well, that's me.
Thank you. My name is Edilberto Casado. I am teaching in the Pontificia Universidad Católica Perú, also known as PUC, since 2013. And since 2021, I'm the director of the School of Information and Science. We have a special vision for the teaching and research, including of information science. I'm going to share with you. And I hope also to learn from you in order to integrate new learnings in behalf of our students. Now, the students are very enthusiastic about learn more. I go in my own one of these. Sorry, my English no es muy very good. Oh, okay. I'm going to support to our students of our school to improve their competence and to be the best professionals they can be. It's all I say for the moment. Thank you.
Okay. My name is Edilberto Huiza. Librarian is my first job. Next, I have a master in management of business, a doctor in PhD in education. This is for me a new role since no? 2017, I am chief in my school. Okay, and now I have two roles: chief in my school, chief in quality. How do you say accreditation? Accreditation.
Yeah, all languages.
Yeah, accreditation is my faculty. Okay, my faculty in Letras Humanidades, humanities has 8 college or 8 areas, schools. No, it's like una small university. My faculty. Okay, and I am chief, soy la responsable with my importance in my career, okay, in librarianship. We have that in accreditation in 2020, justo con la COVID. We received a news, no? It was a surprise y también fue good notice for us.
To put it in context, here in Peru, for many years, university just teach in many schools, not only librarianship, but without a quality control in the scale. So the Minister of Education with another try to establish some standards for university, and that's what we call accreditation. So the fact that while university got their accreditation is a synonym that the university is doing great because they are following some standards. Okay. So in these days, what do you think that your curricula is focused on? Because making some reviews in different universities, you can see the focus of the curricula.
but what do you think is the focus of your curricula, or what are you offering to your students in these times?
In 2016, we have a new curriculum. No? We have a change, no, of curriculum, and we decide to focus in areas like management, one, technology, research, yeah. Also, resource organization, I don't know the equivalent en recursos de información, el equivalente.
Information resources.
Information resource, okay. Also, we have, digamos, nosotros le llamamos eje curricular.
The core of the curriculum.
Okay. Of information and society, no? To cover topics very important like information access, information ethics, and so on, no? This line of topics are the focus of our current curriculum or actual curriculum. Actually, we have making a new revision, no? We hope to make a new change in this year or the next year, then, of course.
There is San Marcos University is like same. Our focus is in management. The second is the research. It's more important for us. Last curriculum has 203 like that grades. No, more percentage has the management. The new curriculum is the same. More percentage in management is management is second. It's the same research for us. It's very similar.
Because it's what called my attention is that in some reading of the curricula you have in the university website. In Católica University, the word management, it appears frequently than in the San Marcos curricula. So it caught my attention if, in fact, this is a reflex of the content of the core of the curriculum. Because in the field, as I told you before in my presentation, despite the fact we have, I don't know, 2-3 courses during the whole career, the whole studies about management or marketing. After university, we need to study like a postgraduate courses or to complement or to learn more about management. So it calls my attention. It is something that in Católica University think that it's important to reflect the word management, or is because it's the word of the times, no? This management and project and cultural, there are words that in the last years we use a lot, but in fact, is that reflected in the students who finish the universities?
In Católica, management is very important because many of our graduates are in jobs who demand that skills. No? Something particular. Many of our graduates work in libraries, but also in organizations that are not libraries. But we need information management. No, we have graduates in law firms, by example, in a company of television broadcasting, no, in research centers and so on. No? And in this place, no, they need apply management competencies. Verdad hizo que management es fundamental en la Católica.
What about San Marco?
in my years like studying in university like that, but I don't know how does it work right now. Is the same?
In Católica, there is a peculiarity. Of the 5 years of study, 2 are called general studies. Yeah? Here, the young people who is admit study several courses of different topics, no? And not necessarily related to information. For example, they study philosophy, linguistics, general culture, no, math, no, it's so old.
That is
There-
for 2 years.
2 years. There a general study for science and general study for humanities. In the students of in humanities spend these 2 years some of that students continues the career they choose at the beginning, but others change the career. Right? Several of our students in information science come from a change of career because they originally were admitted in ¿se dice derecho? Law, for example, or history, no? But during his studies, along these 2 years, they know information science and decide to change the career.
That's very similar in America too. A lot of people go into librarianship as a second career because it's a 2-year degree. So if they want to switch careers, it's a manageable switch to make it different.
So when we are talking about the curriculum and what to teach in library schools, I came to think about the library's mission, because we all know what a library is, right? But the mission of libraries can be very different in different countries. So like in Sweden, we have a Library Act, which says that we have to have libraries in every municipality, and that the library's missions are to promote, especially we should work with people who have Swedish as second language, so immigrants, and we should work with people with disabilities, and we should work with children. So that is, so actually we should try to reach out to those who doesn't use the library, especially, and not to people who use the library normally. And that is why for us it's very important with the people skills. Like you have to be able to go out and talk to people and convince them to come to the library. So I was curious about how is the mission for libraries in Peru? Do you have a Library Act, or do you have any stated mission, or what's the purpose of libraries in your society? Do you understand what I am? Yeah, it's a big question, but maybe if you.
In San Marcos University, this is the focus, the importance that society. The society for us is is our problem. The mission and vision of the university, San Marcos, is the works with the society, with the problems, with the environment, and intercultural. Yeah, this vision translate in our curriculum. Okay, this is in the last curriculum and new curriculum. Our emphasis is that society. We works cooperation with another institutions for works in the regions. Okay, because it's important that subject intercultural. Por esa razón, for the reason, our students, ellos están por allá trabajando.
I think that's why one of the last courses added to the curriculum is cultural management. Marcos, I think.
No,
Not the main course, but elective.
No, elective no. In the new curriculum is responsibilidad social,
Social responsibility.
Yeah, new.
I have something to say. I think it's shocking, and I hope everybody will wake up. Is that the United States of America has no library act. There is no law. There is no legal reason to support there being a library, a public library. None. It's up to each community if they want to have a library. And 98% of the funding for any library in the United States, any city, county, town, whatever you want to call it, comes from the local community. So we don't have what Scandinavia has, like Norway and Sweden. They have these legal acts that come down from the government and demand, and the Netherlands.
Now, I want to add something to
Estonia.
your observation. I visited the library of our previous information coordinator, Jeremiah, in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And it was so fascinating because it was much more than just a library.
Yeah.
They gave cooking lessons. They gave film school lessons. They had a day. It's going to sound, I don't know if it sounds a daycare for homeless people.
Yeah.
A day where they can just stay.
Like a drop-in?
Yeah, they could just stay there during the day. It was so much, it was almost like a community center, but it said library. So it works the other way around.
Right.
You're right, there's no minimum, but there's also no maximum.
No.
What a library can do.
And also, if you were to tour around America and say, well, I want to see lots of libraries. So I'm going to drive all around the United States and go in all different states. And whoa, I went to Denver and Jeremiah Walters had this. And then you go somewhere else and it's like, wow, their library is really pitiful.
Yeah.
It's because they don't have the local money to impact it. Like even in Florida, where I live, there's all kinds of problems because we have a very right-wing governor. And so they have tried to blockade even state money, which is very small amounts, to go to our libraries in the state because they don't want certain types of books in the libraries. That's how bad it's gotten. So again, while
Yeah, that's the same here, right?
yeah,
It's
A lot of influence from the government.
I read about censorship.
Yes, it is more complete, más complicado.
Because it's close to the National Library. Gives the legal frame to libraries, I mean, public libraries, that the local government should invest in their public libraries, but that is in paper. In fact, that is not real, not real.
But I'll tell you one thing, and then I'll be quiet. As a teacher, I tell all my students, and I have for years, I'm going, you have no business being in this class if you're going to get a master's degree and you're not going to come out of it with that degree and realize that you're a professional and you have an autocratic right to exercise that professional arm, that it's up to you. You're a professional. When you get out there, you might be running that library and you might have to fight a lot of politicians to carry through the Library Bill of Rights and all the things that are instilled in library professionals. It's up to each one. And I think for us as teachers, no matter what politics comes and goes, we have to instill our students, you know, that it's up to them. They're on the front lines.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I was wondering, is that embedded in your curriculum? So that how to handle the fact that on paper you can get resources and money, but in real life you do not get to tap that funding resources. That's something that's in the curriculum, or the censorship with
How to manage the
Yes,
the
yeah.
frustrating.
how you can handle that.
Yeah. You teach that?
So, talking about the management courses.
Yeah.
Are you consider something about how to manage the frustrating of not having budget
Or lobbying.
or the lobbying of
Politics.
politicians in libraries or cultural section? Because
Might be interesting.
yes, because libraries, management libraries, it's not only manage a team, the
No.
days,
Yeah.
but you many
Stakeholder
times
managing.
you have to face some requests of your top of the bosses, the major, the alcaldes or whatever politicians. They try to do something in your library or in your institution. For example, ahora la Biblioteca Nacional y el Ministerio de Cultura están como que un poco, ¿no? Ok. Pero como si es que están considerando dentro de la currícula cómo gestionar eso también, que es lo que suele pasar en la cancha.
This is a big problem,
Yes.
really. In the curriculum, it's not.
Well, but
It's
you
not
can,
possible.
you can infuse.
Yes, yes. This is we need like a case. That in this case, is how do you say, or how do you
Deal with
do it? Claro, maybe
Sure.
one, maybe two, maybe three, like that. En realidad, we are one problem. We have like that. The survey, the Encuesta Nacional de Lectura,
the national reading survey.
222, okay? 10 persons, only one person preferred to go to the library. Então, in this case, how do you translate in our curriculum? No? New service, new strategies. No? We have a new problem with that data. No? For us, it's a new problem. Ahora, nos lleva a pensar, investigar, research, cómo vamos a resolver su problema. Okay. This is a social problem, no? This is political problems, no? In different cases. The San Marcos student mira eso, observa todo eso.
Yes, so you can see,
No?
the real
Can see the different scenarios. Y the perfil is two possibilities. One works in this for the only dirigidos solo a trabajar. O sea, técnicos, ¿no?
Focus on technical
Sí,
skills.
No more.
Cataloging.
Ajá, no more, no more.
Everywhere.
Is like more persons, ¿no? And other scenario is plantear news escenarios, nuevos opciones.
To develop new.
Desarrollar nuevos resource service. It is a poco, a little persons. Entonces, la balanza es más tradicional, ¿no? Entonces son más absorbidos, ¿no? por los problemas, no los quiere.
They try to avoid that kind of situation.
Yes.
Just focus on traditional work libraries. So
That's always a tension.
Yes.
But
I will mention University of Toronto. So there's a master library and information science program there. So trains a lot of Canadian librarians. But there's a course that's offered, I don't think it's a required course, but it's advocacy, library advocacy. And so part of that, like part of being manager is advocating for your staff, your library, and also acquiring some of those skills where you can respond to, funding, like working with the political structure of your municipality.
Yeah. In our country, you're really important one's coalition building. You don't get
Yeah.
anywhere by yourself. You need to get
Right.
bystanders and people on your side, and then you can get. You even have a works with all the. My job, I don't get anywhere if I get people on my side, and even within my organization, I don't get anything going if I don't build a coalition about it. And that's not taught in any school. You just have to learn it as you go. It's really smart to.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can't remember the name of the professor, Wendy, I can't remember her last name, but it is a course that's developed at University of Toronto. And it was open, it was one of those MOOCs of a massive like online, it's the other O courses. Open, yeah, thank you, massive online open course. So anyone was able to take this library advocacy course, but those skills are really, really important, and they are skills that you students, I think, can benefit from, because it's a lot harder because you need them, but it's hard to pick those up on the fly, and having them part of the library school curriculum is super
Especially
helpful.
the way things are going around.
And book challenges,
And
so.
some people never learn. It's like senior managers in my organization, you can just tell, well, you're not getting anywhere because you're not having any of those things. So you're stuck.
from our experience, what it took me a lot is try to understand how institutions, organizations, and the public sector work. So if I knew it before, maybe I could have better ways to approach them, to try to sell the library's idea, to develop the service, but to be so much to learn how does it work, especially in the public sector. There is a lot of bureaucracy. Just talking about buying books in the public sector is so difficult, and of course you don't have budget. They don't give you budget. So if there are some kind of content inside that curriculum about how the public sector works, or how most of the private organization works, could be better to for students and students to the career to work and get more for the library, from the library and for the libraries.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly has a role in any management class, and who are your stakeholders, putting together partnerships. Because I have control over my marketing class, because I wrote a book. I'm gonna burden you with it when you leave. I'm gonna give you my book. So I didn't mean, it's not in Spanish, so you can just put it up. But I do have control, so I teach advocacy part of it. But when I taught the management class, which I didn't have control over all the content, I would just emphasize, the stakeholders, partnerships that have to be established.
You know what's very interesting? What you call advocacy within your organization or with other organizations like the government or whatever, we have a disparaging term for that. We call that in a disparaging way marketing. It's like you have to market to your colleagues,
Yeah.
to your bosses, and to how to, like you feel like a marketer to just get stuff done in your own job. You're not even doing anything for your users, for your customers, whatever. You're only trying to convince colleagues and upper level and ministers, whatever. So
And marketing does have a bad rap.
yeah, but I love marketing, of course, because in this section,
Well,
because
we
but
know.
we do use it in a disparaging way. Well, it's all marketing. Why can't we just go? We all need to market our services so much. These people that what we're doing, it's money. We should. get time.
What helped me a lot is the idea about wicked problems. Because we are all in the business of trying to solve something that's bigger than our own organization. I love that you said how you in Sweden look at what a library should be and for who it should be there. In the Netherlands, we aim to be there for everyone, which is crazy, but we try to solve literacy and illiteracy too. But yeah, but we didn't. So that's a wicked problem, and the library sector cannot do it by itself. So we need schools and we need government. And so when you have a wicked problem, you need to work in networks. And the thing that they teach us, we do not have a library school in the Netherlands or educate. No, so we do have the act and everything, but or
Yeah, you have an amazing app. I never
Yeah,
we
realized.
do, but
You
there's
do
not a
extract all the information. Not literally
exactly.
library.
You cannot study to be a librarian. Oh, really crazy.
I'll send it.
So where do you go to do, like, what room with
A
librarians?
lot of people come from information science, but also from
Humanities.
fields like Dutch. You study Dutch language and you start to
But well, now it's called information professional, like in the United States. It's broadened
Yeah.
because there's so many jobs in different sectors besides libraries that our graduates
But
get.
it must be the same in Peru as well. So few graduates every year, on 40 and 20, 60 or 25. It's very
Roughly,
small.
five.
5 and 20.
Five.
Yeah. So that's not enough, I would guess, for all the libraries in Peru. So they have to come from others.
Sure, we are not alone. But I don't know if you are thinking of maybe make some network, not only with Católica, but other institutions in order to teach librarianship in certain ways, in order to cover that the needs of the whole country in terms of library.
Library is another subject is the statistics.
Okay, here in Peru,
New discipline.
here, we have librarianship, information science, and the other kind of relevant courses archivist.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
One university.
Yes,
Give that.
there is schools, not a university or
School in the no ENA in the school and another university, one university, Universidad Católica Sapiente, una cosa así.
Oh.
Sí, sí, Sapiente.
Oh.
Ya. Ofrece
Okay,
turística.
that's new. So university can teach archivists.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I was just going to say it's the opposite problem in North America where library schools are overproducing graduates. And so we have more graduates than there are jobs. So people, same
Yeah,
Sweden.
that's
Sweden. Oh, so, and people who burn, so the degree that you need to, professional librarian status, you need a master's degree. And so people who have earned this degree are looking for more paraprofessional positions that don't even require the degree that they studied for and spent money earning because there just aren't enough jobs in the sector. And so you see people leaving librarianship because they can't find jobs. And people have to move, like it's kind of accepted that for your first job, you know, being able to relocate gives you a leg up in terms of finding a permanent position. So the more open you are to moving, but unfortunately it's hard, especially because it is, you know, female dominated profession, for people who have families to uproot them, relocate for job opportunities.
Yeah,
And
and
that
that is one reason why the curriculum for the past, I don't know, 10, 15 years has been broadened, and the name of the degree is different now. It's Master of Science and Information for most of the big US schools that are I schools. They've gone into information technology and broadening the degree, so when students graduate, they have something to land into jobs that are available that may not be in libraries, but can still share that skill set that's so valuable of information organization, information provision, information service, and management of information. So while, you know, librarians have always had these major skill sets, they're being renamed and broadened in the classroom so students can work in the different entities, you know, that now need people like librarians to manage the information and to provide information to their customers.
How it is in Peru, if I want to work as a librarian, maybe in some public library, do I have a higher education degree or?
It depends. It depends it depends on the library. I mean, of the district of the library, because I guess as much as other library, we have the head library's position or kind of coordinators and the assistants, library assistant.
Yeah.
So maybe for working as a library assistant, you don't need any certificates, or maybe just certificates, not a bachelor degree or kind of. But if you want to apply for another kind of position, a higher position, you need to. But of course, here in Peru, anything can happen.
Todo puede pasar. Depends that it works.
But those who graduate your universities as a librarians or librarians, where do they work? Go they to the library mostly, or to other institutions?
So do you have kind of program or strategy to follow up what happened with the students to finish in the university, where they are working, or in what position they are working after the university?
Católica has a system to follow the graduates on a regular basis. We are informed about the development of these graduates. In that way, we know what functions were working in institution, organization, and they are working and so on.
San Marcos, the school, based my person, is the seguimiento to follow los egresados. How do you say egresados?
Graduated.
To graduate, okay, and another office has this function. For example, like the 90%, 90% works in the library. This is good. Yes, very good. Okay. Another 10% or 5% no works in the library. Okay. Entonces, we are haciendo seguimiento
Just follow what happened with the graduate.
with a year. Okay.
In addition to our following system, we have regular interviews with employers and graduates to know with a more with a deeper con mayor nivel de profundidad, ¿no?
With a deeper knowledge
about her jobs and needs who rise de tal manera, ¿no? We can consider to include in the curriculum, no?
Yeah. Besides, each year, new position, remuneración,
how is our payment
payment rate, skills, no, another brief, no, great, master, doctor. Nosotros estamos, we are haciendo seguimiento.
The graduate.
The way with different variables o indicadores, indicators.
Considering different indicators of
Yeah.
the graduate course.
So, at your library schools, you teach students to be librarians in different kinds of libraries. This is one education for every type. So it's one education, even if you're going to work in a university library or a public library or in a other kind of library, it's the same.
Yes, it's only one curriculum.
Yeah.
And then you can work for.
And would you say that the needs in the university libraries and the public libraries, school libraries, are the needs for skills different or is it the same?
Yes, different skills.
So
Yes.
what would you say are the most important skills for different library types?
The public university offers the average skill. Okay, un promedio de habilidades, ¿vale? Que when the student goes to the work, ellos they perfeccionan, improve,
better,
¿no? Improve the skills.
Like in the field.
Yeah, in the field.
Sure.
So what's dominating the literature right now in terms of librarianship in America is artificial intelligence. So has that made it into your curriculums? Are you talking about AI as part of the curriculums? This is a hot topic in Peru as it is at least probably at least in North America and some of the other countries represented here. How are you grappling with, or how are your students grappling with learning about AI, and how do you see the technology affecting the curriculum?
In Católica, since the past year, we are beginning to explore and to teach some topics of artificial intelligence because of the students with demand.
Yeah.
And this year, we have a plan to to offer more seminars, courses, and make artificial intelligence part of the curriculum.
Yeah, in San Marcos, the situation is the same, but a new opportunity is inside the research, the thesis.
Try to explore more about artificial intelligence
Yeah.
in the research.
In the research, pero some students están, ¿cómo decir? Trabajando el IA, o sea, el tema, el estado del arte del IA como un tema de tesis.
Okay, they are working or making some research for their thesis about state of the thing regarding artificial intelligence.
I have a follow-up question to that. Almost just as important as data science, data management, data analytics. Is that also a part of it? Or is it maybe a subset of research?
Data analysis, data mining.
Yeah. Sí, technology.
That's all in the tech, the tech.
Technology.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
And that would maybe make them, if they have that in their skill set, also makes them much more attractive to other fields as well. So that's also a bit of a risk. If you equip them with those skills, you could lose them to other fields. That's a challenge.
And when you said, sorry, just going back to AI, you said you were embedded or making it part of the curriculum. Is it will it be a standalone course, or is it incorporated into like a greater technology offering?
We are exploring what is the best approach to teach artificial intelligence. We think that if one course will not be enough, no, because in artificial intelligence is linked with other topics like data analytics, statistics, machine learning, etc. So on.
Yeah, at the California University where I teach, I saw they're developing a workshop for students on how AI can benefit you and how it can not benefit you. You know, trying to take the bull by the horns and go, look, you know, here's some things that are great about it. Here's some things that, you know, pitfalls. You want to be careful.
Yes, same in our country as well. It's very almost schizophrenic.
Yeah.
The devil and the angel.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're almost combating each other.
Yeah.
So we had a great conversation about
Very interesting.
how are you doing the two universities here in Peru. I don't know if you can
Yeah, maybe a final round of questions because we have to get to the bus. I
Yes,
think,
yes. One or two questions.
Well, maybe from your questions to.
To us, yes. Yeah, because
This has been fantastic.
Yeah,
Thank you so much
thank
for
you.
coming and for Roxana.
We have a unique perspective, I think, compared to everybody else.
different experience.
Yeah.
So we are very happy. Thankful to you. To know if you can ask any questions.
I've got a question. What are your links with the library sector in Peru? So is there a practical element to your curriculum in terms of placing your
Like
students?
internships.
Yeah, internships or work experience placements. Is there that practical element or is it mainly theoretical?
Las prácticas obligatorias no hay. It's another new role. We have a new role. Eso era antes. Last year. Yeah.
Okay, in the past, they
yeah.
were kind of internship, but it was like a mandatory course.
Yeah.
You need to do
Yeah.
that.
For accreditation in our country, you have to have a practical element. Otherwise, you won't
So
go to
how it works, or in Católica, what do you have something like that? Like a mandatory course, the student has to work in some place?
Yes, yes. The 2020, yeah. We have cooperation with 3 or 4 institutions. Is mandatory. Yeah.
So the students went to the
Yes,
institutions?
only 4.
4 institutions.
Obligatory.
Okay,
Yes, obligatory.
Certain institutions.
Oh, one was Considec.
Okay, it's a research institution here in Peru.
Yeah. Another is el repositorio la Universidad Peruana Cayetano Heredia.
Cayetano Heredia University is a university oriented to medical science and has repositories and is part of one of the institution.
Y another is la Biblioteca Nacional,
The National Library, of course.
yes.
And I don't know if Católica has something similar.
Católica have a course named pre-professional practice.
For professional training.
The students needs to work in an institution, in jobs related to information science, for 200 hours in
Wow, 200 hours.
hours.
We are 306.
Hours of training.
Sí, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, in Estonia, they have 4 weeks practice.
Ah.
They have to go to the library, if they have used the library sense. And then they have to be acquisition, marketing, ending,
Yeah.
leaders work, and management.
As a part of the.
Yes,
They
the
do it programs. They have to do this
Yeah.
practice. Then they make overview about this library. Also that library or gives overview about how the student was.
But you didn't have any library education.
We have
Oh, but you said that you
in Tallinn University, the bachelor's now the last year, but in Tartu University, that is information science. It's named information. Not librarianship, but one part is. Yes, it's
Oh, you're wrong.
Thank
you.
Thank you. Sí, sí, sí. Yeah.
I would like to give you a copy. It's like,
Oh,
okay,
thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Tomorrow. We'll have
you.
a test on the conference call.
Very much.
Thank you.